Today we're sewing another free pattern and a great summer top. This is the free Roxie top from Sew La La Patterns. And I ended up making two versions from both of the views in the pattern instructions. For my toile, I used a beige Ponte Roma and added dark blue decorative top stitching along the neckline and the armholes, which is such a fun way to customize this pattern. And at the end of the construction, the pattern gives a couple finishing options for the armhole openings: extra top stitching or a fold. For my version in this video with a waffle knit as my main fabric and a double brushed poly for the contrast neckband, I'm showing the flipped armhole facings. It's such a great pattern to get creative with color and fabric combinations. I'll also note that I've shortened the bodice by about 5 inches for a slightly more flattering boxy fit. No matter what stretch fabrics you use, just make sure your neckband fabric has good stretch and good recovery so it lays nice and flat. I'll link a few fabric options in the description below, as well as a few other tools I found useful while sewing today. Now let's get started making a cute boxy top. Place the front and back pieces right sides together at the shoulder seams and pin in place. Sew the shoulder seams with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Press the seams open or toward the back. Finish the raw edges if needed. Fold the neckband piece in half, right sides together, aligning the short edge. Sew with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Press the seam open. Once that seam is sewn and pressed open, fold the neckband in half, wrong sides together. Mark the quarter points along the raw edge of the neckband. Also mark the quarter points along the neckline. Place the neckband and the neckline right sides together. I'm going to place the seam of the neckband at the center back. Pin in place at the quarter points. We're going to sew the neckband to the neckline, stretching the band to fit from point to point. Sewing with a 1/4 inch seam allowance and a stretch stitch. I'm going to use a lightning bolt stitch. The neckband is now sewn in place. If you'd like to add the strip of jersey to conceal the seam allowance for the back neckline, fold the short ends of that strip to the wrong side by about 1/4 inch and place the right side of the strip onto the wrong side of the neckband. I'm first going to align the centers, also aligning the raw edges. Then continue pinning along the long raw edges, also pinning back that 1/4 inch that you folded. I'm just going to use a long straight stitch right along my original stitches. Now we're going to take the jersey strip and fold it down toward the bodice. Tuck the raw edge underneath the seam allowance. I'm going to pin that folded edge in place from the right side of the garment. From the front of the garment, I'm going to sew right underneath the attachment seam of the neckband all the way around. I'm going to be using a wide zigzag stitch. Now the neckband is complete and that back seam allowance is concealed within the binding. If you didn't add the jersey binding, you will have just pressed that seam allowance downward and top stitch with a zigzag all the way around. Place the front and back pieces right sides together along the side seams and pin in place. Sew both side seams with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Press the seams open or toward the back. Here are my back armhole facings and my front armhole facings, and I've interfaced each piece with non-stretch interfacing. Place one front and one back armhole facing right sides together. Create both pairs. Pin together at the underarm and the shoulder seam. Sew each of these 4 seams with a 1/4 inch seam allowance and press the seams open. If needed or preferred, you can finish the outer edges of the facings all the way around. Place each facing right sides together with its corresponding armhole, aligning the underarm seam and the shoulder seam. Pin in place all the way around, right sides together. Repeat to pin in place both of your facings, then sew all the way around with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. For the seam allowance at the bottommost curve of the armhole, I'm going to snip into the seam allowance so that it turns nicely to the inside. Then I'm going to understitch the facings, turning those facings over their seam allowance and sewing the facing to the seam allowance underneath all the way around for both armholes, with up to an 1/8 inch seam allowance. Turn the facings to the inside of the garment along its main seam. Give the armhole edges a press for both sides. I'm going to pin the facings in place all the way around, catching the inner edge of the facing, as we're going to be top stitching those inner edges in place all the way around from the outside. I'm going to top stitch all the way around with a long straight stitch. If you like, you can transfer lines for yourself around the armhole just to make sure that on both sides the lines are consistent. The hem allowance along the bottom of the garment is 3/4 of an inch, so I've gone ahead and pressed the seam allowance all the way around. Pin in place if you like, then we're going to top stitch from the front. I'm going to be using my twin needle. Now for the flipped facing option, I'm going to flip the facing to the right side at the shoulder seam, so that the finished edge just covers that top stitching we did earlier. Pin in place. On both sides, I'm going to stitch in the ditch of that facing shoulder seam, just a few stitches to tack into place invisibly. Allow the lower edges of the facing to taper naturally toward the underarm and give them a good press on both sides. And now the top is complete. Thank you for watching this sew along. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future sewing tutorials, and I'll see you in the next video.